Hello everyone, welcome to Cards and Coffee. You have found Sarah Lynn Duque here on Sarah Lynn Stamps, and every Wednesday at noon we get together here on Facebook Live and create a quick 15-minute cards on our lunch hour. So today for Cards and Coffee I have something special to share with you. We are going to look at the new Soft Pastels assortment. So this is something that Stampin' Up! Used to have a long time ago, and actually if you remember, it was like a big box, almost like a makeup compact, and inside there were different pastels or chalks, as we kind of called them as well, for each of the different Stampin' Up! Colors. So now they've come out with this Soft Pastels assortment, and I'm not sure why they call them Soft Pastels, because I really think they're more like a chalk. However, there are a number of different things that you can do with these, and as you can see, they've narrowed it down now to 8 sort of colors that are going to help you across the spectrum. So whether they've got some reds, some yellows, oranges, blues, greens, purples, all the colors in here that you're going to need to make fabulous things, and to use some of the, what am I trying to say? Some of the techniques, starting with one of them that I'm going to show you here today. So stay with me, and we are going to play with the Soft Pastels. Excuse me, I just have a little bit of a tickle in my throat today. We're going to pull these out today, and I'm going to show you one way to play with them. And if you're interested in finding these are in the brand new released annual catalog, May to April of 2022. And it's right here on page 126. So they're only $12.25, which is quite a reasonable amount for a number of different colors that you can use for all sorts of projects. So if you're coming online, say hello and let me know you're here. I'm glad you've joined me. And as I was saying, today we are playing with the Soft Pastels. We are also going to be looking at my brand new stamp set, The Biggest Wish. So I love this one. I think the fonts are really playful. You get some in the block lettering here, and then you get the same words in a script. So you can just kind of mix them up and match them in different ways. So you could use both script, or you could use one or the other. And today we are going to use this to make a fun spring card. The other thing I wanted to show you is this phenomenal paper. Now this is a Hostess special, so you will see all of the specials for the Hostesses on page 170 and page 171, but this is something that is only available for Hostesses. So Hostess could be someone, you could be your own hostess. If your order reaches up to a minimum of $20, you qualify for Hostess rewards. So you could be your own hostess and then qualify for some of these fun products. Or you could gather some orders from your friends, kind of like a little mini catalog share or whatnot, and put your orders together to create enough so that one of you, or you could share the hostess benefits as well. The other way you could do that is by actually hosting a virtual event. Right now we're not doing in-person events, but we have our online virtual events going live and strong, and they're great fun. And so that's another option. If you want to get together with your friends and actually make a project together, we can do that as well. So I want to show you this paper. There are 48 sheets here of double-sided paper of all sorts of patterns. So the one side has a bunch of different colored patterns, and on the back are a variety of black and white patterns. So if you really liked the black and white paper that is in the mini catalog right now, you're going to love this. But this stuff is so versatile, and there's a ton of it. And again, this is only available for hostesses. So if you want to get your hands on this, let me know. Also a reminder, until the end of May, I think it's till June 14th. I don't know, we have two specials going on, and I can't remember which one is which. So either the end of May or June 14th. I think it's June 14th. We have a special where when your workshop or your order reaches $300, you get an additional $30 in free products. So that really doubles it, because at 30 you get 10%. I mean, at 300 you get $30. Now you get an additional $30. You get $60 when your order reaches, or your workshop reaches $300. So anyway, something to think about. All right, The Biggest Wish. We are also pulling out the scallop contour dies today, but let me show you what we're starting with. We are starting with a piece of Flirty Flamingo. And this again measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And all I've done here, I kind of jumped a little bit ahead today. I just have a meeting that I got to run away to. So I have folded that in half here to create our card base. And then I have taken the designer series paper already and cut it. This is measuring 4 by 5 1/4. And I have just adhered that to the card front, with my Stampin' Seal. That's all that I have done so far. We have got the base of our card going. Okay, so now we have a scrap of white paper here. We're going to pull out, and this measures 3 by 1.5, so 3 long by 1.5 high. And pulling out our biggest wish stamp set, I have the friend stamp here. So I've got the friend in block lettering here that I have pulled out, and I am going to use my Versamark. So Versamark is kind of like just a really clear sticky ink. So it allows us to stamp with, to use our soft pastels. It also will stick things like our, sorry, I'm trying to look at this and talk. It will allow our embossing powders to stick, and also our heat and stick powder if we want to do some gold leafing, and all of those different things will stick to our Versamark. So that is what we're using. It also is a great way to just add a tone-on-tone color to a card. So if I was to stamp that onto a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock, for example, I'm going to get a watermark in that same color. So what we're going to do here is we are just going to pull out a couple of these. I'm going to use this yellow, and it says that this is Daffodil Delight, and this one here is kind of a little bit more of an orangey yellow, and this one here is Mango Melody. So I am going to take this, and just using the side of my pastel, I'm going to just swipe this across here, and I'm just trying not to get it too scratchy looking, but don't worry, we're going to blend that in. And so I'm going to do about half of it in the Daffodil Delight. And then I'm going to do the top half here in the Mango Melody. And that side doesn't want to color. So you can see already that it's sticking to the parts where my ink was. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to blend this a little bit with my finger because I don't really want all those streaks on there. So I'm going to blend it a little bit, trying to stick over top of where the letters are. It's also going to kind of blend my Mango Melody into my Daffodil Delight. Now I've just got a Kleenex here. You could use a wet, a baby wipe as well. I think you'd get a little bit more success at wiping some of this chalk off. I actually have some. I'm going to grab one here and see if we can wipe that a little bit clearer. Brand new pack of baby wipes is something every lady needs, or gentleman, in your craft room. So if you've got young kids, you're in luck, and if you don't, grab one next time you're at the store. All right, so this is actually more blending it, watercoloring it, than wiping it. So let's not do that. Anyways, you can wipe this off, and you're going to get off a lot in the background here. What we're getting is sort of a soft, sort of shadowy color of the colors that we used. And what I've done here is actually wreck the paper with the water. So I might just try that again, people. We learn and we learn. I don't like that at all, what I did to that. So let's just cut another piece of scrap and we'll watch it all over again here. This is the life of crafting. So this is already cut at 3. I'm going to just cut it here at 1.5. Okay. Back to the start, my friends. So don't use water unless you want it to be watercolor, then by all means do that. But let's try this again. I'm going to stamp friend here just a little bit to the right on my piece of white. Huh. Look at that. That pulled up my paper again. Something is not right here today, ladies. I'm going to clean my stamp, and we are going to try that on the other side. I don't know why it was doing that. Let me dry this. Maybe something is stuck on my stamp. Okay, let's try that again, people. Versamark, third time's a charm. Isn't that what they say? There we go. Okay, let's try that and see where we get. Let's take out our chalks again here. And I'm going to just color across the bottom with the side of my chalks. This is what happens when you go live. Sometimes things just don't work out as planned. But we're all friends here. It's okay. And we'll get the Mango Melody out here. We're going to just color the top here with the Mango Melody. So you can just color directly onto your Versamark here and then give it a little bit of a wipe, and it's going to take off the excess chalk. You will have a little bit of a shadow there behind, and I'm going to just rub in the edges here to blend that together a bit. All right, we have our friend. Success. All right, so now what we're going to do to finish this up is we're going to take our Memento Black, and on the other side of my block, I like to do this when I'm using more than one stamp kind of together. I just use the same block. I have Hello. I'm going to stamp that in Memento Black here, and then I'm just going to kind of overlap it here a little bit. Just like that. So now we have Hello Friend. And this inspiration was taken from actually one of my fellow demonstrators. And she created a card with the pastels for us this week as a demonstration and sort of overlapped the stamp set like that. And it was quite pretty. Anyways, let's pull our pieces back in. So we've got our card base here. I have a piece of basic gray cardstock that measures 1.5 again by 4 1/4. It's going to go across the front. And then this piece here is a piece of the Mango Melody that I have cut out. And you guys know how I love the scallop contour dies. But one of the favorite things in here is this really large scalloped border. So what I did is just take a scrap and run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then I just cut it out 3 of the scallops here. That's the size that I wanted to have. It matches with the Hello Friend. See? Ta-da! Okay, so let's add this on. And I'm going to just use my Stampin' Seal here on the back of the basic gray. This is a new Stampin' Seal, so it's kind of just getting primed. Okay, and I'm going to put it just slightly towards the bottom of my card front here. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive right along the back here. And you could use whichever adhesive you have on hand if you wanted to use Tombow. The nice thing about Tombow is that the liquid white glue is that you have a little bit of time to move stuff around. Where with the seal, once you kind of stick it on, you kind of stuck it on. So you sort of have to take a look at it before you give it your final thumbs up. All right, so I've got my 3 scallops on the top of Hello Friend where I want them. And I'm going to just add this to my card front. Now, I haven't quite decided if I want it up there. I think I do like it up there. Don't you, with the scallops over the top there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this with some dimensionals. So where are you guys at in the province? I know some of our northern neighbors here in Alberta got some snow, and I don't even want to talk about that because I hear it might be coming here later this week, and I have already done a lot of work outside, so I'm hoping that is false, fake news, you know, like CNN style. Okay. And then we've got to stick that on like that. Now, my favorite part, you know, is all the bling, bling, bling. So another thing that recently came out are these loose flower flourishes. They're so fun and they're so easy to stick on. They have all these different colors here. I think this is Purple Posy, Pale Papaya, and then pink, Polished Pink. I'm pretty sure these are all the in colors in here. And they have a flat back on them, so they're really easy to stick on with your mini glue dots. Now I'm going to just stick this little tiny Polished Pink one on here and pull it off, and I'm just going to add it up here to the top. I think it just is so cute, just that one little flower on there. Can you believe it? I'm stopping at 1 flower. I know. Maybe I'm just hoarding my flowers. Anyways, that's our card for today. What do you guys think? Isn't that fun? It just kind of, the chalk in the background is sort of a little bit, softens up this card a little bit. And then we add the scallop so that, to add a little bit of shape. And of course our dimensionals give us a little bit of lift and interest in our cards. So I hope you enjoyed this. And isn't this paper, it's delightful. So again, if you are interested in getting your hands on that paper, a great way to do that is taking part in the Hostess promotion and get those additional $30 in Hostess credits. Our hostesses have been stealing the bank, I tell you, this month. So if that's something that you are interested in, let me know before the end of the month so we can get your time booked and get you the freebies you're looking for. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me. I love that you guys take the time to come and see me Wednesdays at noon. It's so fun to stamp together. Hope you have a wonderful day. And yes, Amy, you can't make a card without the papaya. There it is. Yeah, don't hold your breath too long. It'll show up. So thanks again. Happy stamping. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.